Welcome back, everybody, to Elder Scrolls Online with Valencia Stendar. I did forget my character's name, yes. We are heading on into this is day 3. This is part 3 of
I
day
will
3.
bring your murderer to justice, Father. This, I swear.
And we have 2 quests in this area that we're looking at. One, I think we can finish. It's called Flocking Together. So we're going to do that one. But we are also pursuing this quest here. Let's talk to Constable. Oh, that's just gruesome. Constable Yabram. Delenn Forster. Well-respected ranch hand, loved animals more than people, can't blame him. Could stop a charging bull with a single glance, but could not stand up to fatigue fever. Oh, Constable Yabran.
You've come to the town of Ontis at an unfortunate time, traveler.
So I hear.
I myself have only just returned. Coming home to bury one's father is never an easy thing.
I'm here about the job posting, but did I hear you say your father was murdered?
What other explanation is there? My father, Oberyn, was town constable. He wrote to me about investigating some suspicious deaths. Then suddenly, I get a letter telling me he had died. I requested leave from the Legion and returned as fast as I could.
Do you have proof that your father was murdered?
Not yet. First, I volunteered to replace him as constable. Then I had to make the arrangements to bury him.
Well, he'd have
With
been pleased
multiple
with
deaths
that.
to investigate, I need to hire a deputy. So what do you say, traveler? Interested in the job?
I'll help you investigate the suspicious deaths of Ontis.
Your first task is to familiarize yourself with what's happening here. The graveyard is a good place to start. Notice the number of recent markers and the similar causes of death. Go on. We can talk again after you examine the newer grave markers.
Tell me about this town, Yabran.
Ontis attracts workers from both the Highlands and Hammerfell. It's known for its prosperous ranch. And the quarry has made a fortune supplying Cyrodiil with stone to repair keeps on all sides of the war. As a legionary, I'm not thrilled about that.
You're a legionary?
I was. Still am, I suppose. My commanding officer granted me leave to put my father's affairs in order. When that's done, then I'll decide if I'm still needed here, or if my place is back with the Westweald Legion.
All right. Oberyn of Afanda, respected constable of the town of Ontis, beloved father, died doing what he loved. Even as the fever ravaged him, he will be missed. Delenn Forster, well-respected ranch hand, loved animals more than people, could stop a charging bull with a single glance, but could not stand up to fatigue fever. Fatigue fever. Evanoa Harklin, a quarrier's quarrier, she never refused hard work, known as the fastest pickaxe in Ontis, died too young from that damn fever, leaving behind friends, loved ones, and a debt as long as the street at the Stone Chip gambling den. Oh dear. Gelwaris Bashrif burned the candle at both ends, laboured at the ranch by day and in the quarry by night. Too much work led to an early demise. When the fever took him, the entire town cried.
Come. Tell me your
Yes.
thoughts, Deputy.
We need to investigate the ranch and the mines and find out what caused the fever and who
You
else has it.
examined the newest grave markers. Give me your impressions, Deputy.
Other than your father, all the recent deaths were labourers, ranchers and quarry workers both.
Indeed. My father wrote that both the ranch and the quarry were working their laborers very hard of late. But prior to this, I never heard of a fever that strikes down strong, healthy workers in the prime of their lives. They call it fatigue fever.
And this fatigue fever is blamed for all these deaths, including your father?
So the town leaders would have everyone believe. My father made no mention of feeling unwell in his last letter. It was dated the same day he died.
Yeah.
He often wrote to me about his investigations. Said it helped him think through all the permutations.
Did his letter say anything else that can help with this investigation?
Just that he was baffled. He described fatigue fever as a strange illness that was killing workers. But he had a feeling there was more involved in the deaths. He suspected foul play, and so do I. All right, enough chatter. Let's get back to it.
What would you like me to do next?
Talk to some of the townsfolk. They may be more willing to open up to a stranger than to me.
Understood.
You'd be surprised what ordinary folk pick up on when those in power fail to notice.
All right. Anyone in specific?
My father's letter said he was planning to question Grakug at the stone ship,
Mm-hmm.
ranch overseer Marak, and quarry boss Larina. Let's start where he left off and talk to them. Then, check my father's office. I haven't been able to do that yet.
What should I ask these townsfolk?
Just see what they have to say about recent events. The deaths of their fellow workers. My father. What they think about fatigue fever.
Mm-hmm.
My father must have assumed they had something to tell him. We need to follow up on that.
Why do you want me to check your father's office?
My father's office. My office now, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
It's been unoccupied since he died. I know I need to go in there. Take stock of things, but it's hard. If you could see if anything related to our investigation stands out, I'd appreciate it.
All right. All right. Let's have a look at our map. I see. We're here. We'll start with the one on the left and we'll just work our way around. And we'll also stop in and check out this other quest marker. Butterfly wings for alchemy.
Dibella sent me here to provide comfort and reprieve to the tired and the sick of Ontus. Unfortunately, none of my remedies have thus far helped against the fatigue fever.
Nice to know you're trying. So many wouldn't. Stone Chip Gambling Den. Mm-hmm. Alright, let's not steal from them. Yeah. Always gotta love a locked door. Let's talk to this one. Grakug.
Welcome to the Stone Ship Tavern and Gambling Den, stranger.
Hey.
Looking for work in Ontus? Or did
Found
you
it.
come to our fine establishment because you heard we host the best games of chance this side of the Strid?
I'm actually helping Constable Yabram with an investigation. Can I ask you a few questions?
So you're Yabrin's new deputy?
Mm-hmm.
Good. She could use the help. I'm not sure I could come back and dive into work after losing someone as close as Yabrin was to her father.
It's hard.
What can I tell you, deputy?
What can you tell me about Yabram's father?
Constable Albrin was a good man. Kept the peace here. Made sure the workers, both native townsfolk and recent arrivals, got along. He was a friend. I know he was concerned about the illness spreading through town. Shame it killed him.
Constable Albrin was planning to talk to you. Any idea why?
We talked all the time. As I said, we were friends. He'd sometimes inquire if there was any chatter in the stone chip he needed to worry about.
Smart man.
But the only news I can think of is that a lot of our regulars from the quarry haven't been in a while.
Yeah. Since I'm new here, what should I know about the town of Ontus?
Not much to tell. We're a small town full of hard-working people. Most everyone is employed by the Carvane Ranch or the Raxley Quarry. Baron Carvane and Lady Raxley have always had sort of a friendly rivalry, but lately it seems less cordial.
Less cordial? What do you mean?
The ranch makes a substantial profit providing food for the town and the region. While the quarry has had some success, since the war for the throne heated up, it's begun to challenge the Baron's status and put a strain on their relationship.
Huh. Tell me about the fatigue fever.
It's the illness affecting the workers. Took Constable Albrin, too. We saw the first signs of it a few months back. It started innocently enough. Most thought everyone was working too hard. But then those with the illness started dying.
Why do you think Constable Albrin was investigating an illness?
He was? That's a good question. I suppose maybe it was a little strange that only people who work at the ranch or the quarry were getting sick. Until, that is, Healer Navalma and Albrin got ill. The disease came upon them and they died very quickly.
Convenient for someone. Thank you. Bawuria.
I've got 7 gold to wager and 9 games I want to bet on.
Not worried about getting sick then. The Stone Chip Tavern. Bookshelves. Apocrypha, Apocrypha. Breaking the cycle of tyranny. And what is upstairs? What's it got in its pockets? We are taking a small detour because I love bookshelves. I suppose I could steal from it. Just the recipe, ma'am. Why? Because they can find it. Now, because I don't like getting caught and losing my stolen recipes. I know. I'll learn what I can. I know. What's missing, ma'am? Nothing? They only took a recipe. Xerxes and Ogma. Lots of locked rooms. What does that say about this town? The Mirror Portal. A Gleaner. No, don't steal from that. We're fine. We don't need the mint that badly. Recipes? Whole nother kettle of fish. Because they're hard to come across. And I can't stick that one in the bank until I launder it. Alrighty. Let's head on out. Out to Westfield now. Let's talk to the Stargazer. Hey, Saria.
Looks like you have your hands full there, traveler. What's that squawking?
I've got an old guzzard and a note from a trapper to deliver it to you.
Clever Marcian. Thank you for this, traveler. I've been waiting a long time for this guzzard. It's a tough one. You can tell by the thick leather of its wings. Such a handsome creature. Reminds me of Belkarth. Here, a token of my gratitude.
Thank you.
That old guzzard has a true Craglorn soul. The look in its eyes says it all. I think we'll get along just fine.
Okay.
I asked Marcian to find 2 other creatures for me. I haven't seen them in a while, so I'd be happy to pay for your help again.
Sure. What did you ask Marcian to trap?
I asked them to trap some guzzards for me as pets, an adolescent and an adult. They remind me of my home back in Craglorn.
Okay.
I also lost my dear pet wormmouth, Verzidu, on the journey here.
Oh dear.
If anyone can bring these creatures to me, it's Marcian.
And now she has a guzzard sitting on the box beside her. Oh my goodness. All right. Right, where were we? Right, we had a couple of murders and a mysterious fever to investigate. Let's check it out. Carvane Ranch officers. Look at all these bookshelves, man. Lessons learned. Worm food. I guess you could ranch worms. Saga of Varen's Rebellion, Part 1. I know, you don't normally get recipes in jewelry boxes. That's a wine cabinet, I think. Yeah. Traveler's Guide to Westfield. I'm not going to steal a teacup. Chemel Adabal, a ballad. The desk has already been emptied, yes. Okay. Fire and Darkness, The Brotherhoods of Death, Part 1 by Inia Gorming. The Mirror Portal, a Gleaner legend. Okay, nothing up here. You could have found the stairs. Honestly, this girl, so reckless. Another death in Ontus. There we go. We'll search that in a minute. I thought I had to search in here. Catacombs of Cathedral. Baron Carvain.
We provide meat and produce to the entire Weald. Finest in the land. Ontus would be nothing without my ranch.
It has a mine. You know, I just ignored that bodyguard like most idiots. Yet those guys probably see more than anything. Right, I went into the wrong door. No, the constable's station. Let's open that up. Always sad. No one in the lockup. Song of Pelennor, Volume 6. I see. Right, I wonder if I can climb that ladder. No. The cellar. I'm not sure he did much work in the cellar. Computer portrait frame. Caravan schedule. Neither of what we're looking for. Okay, the office is above. I've just wandered down into the cellar and the downstairs lockup. Alright, let's head on to the upstairs lockup then. Oh, sorry. That would be the office for the constable. You know, where we lock up our police force in the office, chained to their desks doing paperwork, until we wander home again. Traditional wood elf folk song. The truth about the Green Pact. The Nato Tambo of Yokuda. Huh, there's our desk ransackers. By Sinalia Vatia, scribe to the court of Emperor Brazalis Dor. Right. The truth about the Green Pact. Alright, Constable Ulbrand's notebook. Another typical day in Ontus. I will say that the increased output from the Carvain Ranch and the Raxley Quarry has been impressive. I don't know what the ranch overseer and the quarry boss are feeding their workers, but whatever they're doing lately is certainly paying dividends. The town healer Navama reports another worker has come down with a debilitating fever. Stress, overwork. I asked her to keep me updated. Broke up a fight at the stone ship, gamblers arguing about the outcome of a game. Guraku didn't want me to make a fuss, so I just sent the combatants back to their parts of town with a warning. 3 more workers have come down with what the healer is referring to as fatigue fever. 2 from the ranch and 1 from the quarry. Blames it on exhaustion. I should speak with the overseer and quarry boss about maybe scaling back a little on their current work pace. The healer gave me a rundown on the effects of this mysterious illness. The inflicted become extremely tired and too weak to move. A terrible fever grips them and they become delusional as they burn with sickness. As the illness progresses, they fall into a deep sleep from which she can't awaken them. And all this from workers who were extremely strong and healthy the last time she checked on them. Very strange. The first 4 workers who fell ill died today. 2 at the ranch and 2 worked at the quarry. The healer can't put her finger on the causes yet, but she is concerned that both the ranch and the quarry seem affected. So far, no one who doesn't work at either of these places has come down with this fatigue fever. I visited the ranch and the quarry on my rounds today. Even with a third of their workforce down with fatigue fever, both enterprises were fully engaged and appeared to be thriving. I never saw Olgelwa Vashri heft such a large crate of stone before or move so quickly. And Delenn Forster at the ranch put on a show with how fast she loaded the wagons bound for the market in Skingrad. It was almost uncanny. More deaths from fatigue fever. The healer explained that at the end the fever led to convulsions and foaming at the mouth before death finally took them. And I heard that Gelwa and Dallin have come down with the illness. I wish we could help them all somehow. Healer Navama sent me a note that she thinks she figured out something important about the fatigue fever. I'm going to meet with her now. I arrived to find the healer on the floor, gripped by convulsions and foaming at the mouth. She died in my arms, the first person not directly tied to the ranch or the quarry to succumb to fatigue fever. Her healer's log was missing. This is now looking more and more like a crime, not just a simple illness. I need to determine what she was going to tell me before she was silenced. I've set up appointments to talk to Ranch Overseer Marak, Quarry Boss Lorena, and Grakug at the Stone Chip. After that, I plan to interview Baron Carvain and Lady Raxley about whatever processes led to their increased productivity, and how it could be connected to fatigue fever. If someone did cause this illness and killed all these people, including the healer, I will see them brought to justice. Oh dear, that is more than enough to get him killed. Let's go. See if we can solve another crime. Westweald. It's not very straightforward. All right. The Ranch Overseer Marak's house. Urnenya's Lament. Ethereal Fragments. I have a horrible feeling about this. Ranch Overseer Marak.
Despite rumors to the contrary, Carvain Ranch only hires qualified applicants. Seasoned ranch hands
Really?
only. We have no time or inclination to train novices. And we especially have no need of rowdies. Perhaps you should inquire at the quarry,
I'm here to ask you some questions on behalf of Constable Yabran.
Ah, I see. I had an appointment to speak to her late father. Unfortunately, he succumbed to that terrible malady before that occurred. I'll tell you what I plan to tell him. No crime plagues the town of Ontis. Just a lamentable disease.
What do you suppose Constable Ulbrin Why do you suppose... Blah, blah, blah. Why do you suppose Constable Ulbrin suspected a crime?
Isn't that the nature of lawkeepers? To see a crime behind every event? Guilt is the source of every motivation? Baron Carvain ordered me to cooperate, as long as it didn't interfere with the business of the ranch.
Who's Baron Carvain?
You really are new.
I am.
The Baron owns Carvain Ranch, which feeds most of Westweald. This fatigue fever, as it has come to be known, is a burden on business, but you can't toss a disease in the dungeon. If there is nothing else, good day to you.
Good day. Thank you for your assistance. I know, he's not yelling at me yet. Man, I would be yelling at me. The Jagger drinking song. Talk to the Ontis townsfolk. Gladly.
That hint of citrus. Perfection.
Hey, Lorena.
Another worker out sick. And right after one of my best died in his sleep. You look strong. Interested in making some coin in the quarry, stranger?
I already have a job. I'm working with Constable Yabran. Can I ask you some questions?
Constable Ulbrin's daughter? Look, if this is about that conversation I had with Yabrin's father, I must have been mistaken. I don't know anything about the illness, other than I've lost more quarriers lately than I can replace.
You spoke with Constable Ulbrin before he died?
Briefly. I thought I noticed something, but I was wrong. Besides, he died before we could talk more. Look, the illness is bad, but my remaining quarriers are more than making up for the workers we lost. Beyond that, I have nothing more to say.
Someone got to you. Tell me about the quarry.
Listen, I'm just the crew boss. I hire quarriers and keep them busy. If you have questions beyond that, you need to talk to Lady Raxley. She owns the quarry and knows a lot more about what you're asking than I do.
All right.
Now, I have a quarry to run.
Thank you for your help. She's under threat. Don't say anything, or the same thing will happen to you as happened to the healer and the... yeah. Constable.
Deputy, were you able to interview the townsfolk I suggested?
They confirmed the seriousness of fatigue fever, but they claim to know nothing about any crimes.
I wonder what my father hoped to get out of talking to them. I know this is all tied to fatigue fever. I just don't know how.
What about the constable's...
The constable's office.
Sorry.
Did you find anything important there?
Here, I found this in your father's desk.
My father's notebook? It describes how productivity increased lately at both the quarry and the ranch. Interesting. And he mentions how the town healer died suddenly before she could share her findings.
Correct.
2 suspicious deaths that break the pattern.
What are you thinking?
That 2 healthy people, not connected to the ranch or quarry, were suddenly inflicted with fatigue fever and died faster than any other victims.
Like a poison.
My father planned to talk to Baron Carvane and Lady Raxley next. Do that, while I investigate the healer.
All right, but the healer died in your father's arms and then he died, so be careful. I'll go talk to Baron Carvane and Lady Raxley.
Let's rally at the Stone Chip Tavern when you're done, Deputy.
Sounds good. Carvane Ranch, the Baron. Now that man will speak with me. Listen, what are you looking at? Okay, you don't talk anyway, so I couldn't have spoken with your radio.
The Carvane Ranch does not sell to individual buyers. This is not a general store. Might
Rude
I suggest
much?
the market's in Skingrad? Or perhaps you can purchase a meal at the Stone Chip Tavern.
I'm not here to buy food. I'm assisting Constable Yabrin with an investigation.
Glad to hear that young Yabrin has gotten right to work. Her father would be proud. But I am uncertain as to what I can tell you that would help advance her investigation. What exactly is she investigating, by the way?
We're looking into the deaths related to fatigue fever.
I didn't realize that sickness and illness were now the purview of the town constable. I can tell you what I know. A strange disease has befallen workers at my ranch and at Raxley's quarry. Unfortunate, but there's no crime that I can see.
It seems suspicious that both the town healer and Constable Ulbrin died from the illness.
Is it? No matter. None of this is a concern to me, and I have no idea how to help you. I have enough to do just to keep the ranch running in these difficult times. So if there is nothing else, I'll bid you good day and good luck with your inquiries.
Thank you for your assistance. Arrogant young pup. None of them have mentioned that they've started feeding them strange food, new food, to increase their productivity. A werewolf tail scarf. Well, that's going to irritate some werewolves, isn't it? Whoa, what is this place? Mercenary Adder.
Lady Raxley is very busy. If you must talk to her, be succinct, be direct, and be polite. Then leave as soon as she dismisses you.
Very well. Goodbye. Darkest Divinity. Excuse me, my lady. I'm just checking your dresser for, you know, stuff that you don't need. I mean... Alright, fine. Lady Raxley.
If you're looking for work, Please talk to quarry boss Lorena. I have more important things to do than deal with common laborers.
I'm not here for a job. I'm assisting Constable Yabran with an investigation.
Yabran's back? I assumed she was fighting in Cyrodiil, or guarding the Count's precious bear. If this is about Ulbrin's suspicions, I'll tell you what I told the healer. My quarriers enjoy the rewards that come with hard work. Illness is not an issue.
Constable Ulbrin's notebook indicated that he was planning to talk to you.
Did it? I don't recall any standing appointments. The constable always treated me with the respect I deserve.
I'm sure he did.
He never found it inconceivable that Emperor Leovic personally granted an Argonian an imperial title. Not like Baron Carvain.
So your business hasn't suffered due to fatigue fever?
My business is none of your concern. We struggled in the past, and were almost forced to sell to Carvain, but we turned things around. All it took was a war, a demand for stone, and for our quarriers to work a little harder. Now, please leave.
All right. She was an archer. The card right behind me. What are you doing? Checking. This is customs check. That's it. Customs. All right. We are off to meet Constable Yabran, and I really hope she is okay. Stone Chip Tavern. Although this might be a safer place for her to be than anywhere else. Maybe.
Deputy, over here.
Grakuk, where's the...
Deputy, I have a message for you from Constable Yabran.
What is it?
The constable said she found something at the healers that pointed to a possible source of fatigue fever. She asked me to let you know, and that you should meet up with her. She wants you to help her search Carvain Manor and Lady Raxley's tower.
Constable Yabran thinks Baron Carvain or Lady Raxley are responsible in some way.
That I couldn't say. She wasn't exactly eager to share the details of her investigation in the middle of a town gambling den.
I see.
But between you and me, if Carvain and Raxley aren't guilty of this, they sure as Tusk are guilty of something.
Where can I find the manor and the tower?
Carvain Manor's south of town, on the Carvain Ranch.
Okay.
Watch yourself there. The ranch hands don't take kindly to trespassers.
Understood.
As for Lady Raxley's tower, it's north of town, looming over the quarry.
I gotcha. I really like his face markings. He's got some awesome face markings. They're great. I really think yeah. And they really suit him. Anyway, let's have a look. All right. So now along the way, we need to keep an eye out for chests and for gatherables. And this would be a lot easier if I could... if I had actually put the points into making things shine. It's abandoned. Okay. We're still, we're still 3 stones short. For the day 3, we're still 3 stones short. Don't need to steal those. Yep, Raxley's tower. Yeah, we're good. So I'm kind of going across country because it gives us the best opportunity to find things. Oh, listen, can't you just let a girl deal with things? A great bear. It's not so great to me. And I need to eat my lunch. Clearly, because my... Okay, that's not a spell. So I've been putting a lot of things into my magic, but it looks like I actually have a lot of stam ability. So oops, my bad. We can, however, visit a shrine to put that together. The reason I'm gathering like a hooligan is because occasionally there are alien fragments in... Oh! Hello! Hi, bear. Hi, bear. I've accidentally changed my... And he's lying on my beer glass. Rude. I've accidentally changed my my settings. Let me just flick those back to my axe. There we go. Looking for gatherables. Not necessarily butterflies. I have not yet got a regular an alien fragment out of those. But I am curious as to see what else is lurking up in the back. Chests have been my go-to so far. Well, not my go-to. They've been, you know, the most successful activity. These look like capybaras. Oh, sounds like someone's having a party without me. How rude. Of course, it would be a party I'm not invited to. So I guess it's not that rude. Need to find a way in, huh? Can be done. Shall be done. I'll have that. Or maybe I just need to... Ow! Just need to find my way in. Like, I don't know. Try the gate. These guys look really nefarious, like not like your normal guards. Oh, garlic fish. I know, oh, and a fallen leaves coffer. Ah, we found our second alien remnant, looting someone's cabinets. Like I said, Oh, you are unfriendly. Radio. Dark Company mercenary, huh? Didn't we hear that the Dark Company were like a bunch of... That was not your dinner anyway. However... Right, now. Before we were so rudely interrupted, we were looting and looking for alien fragments in unlikely places. Now we have 2 in 3 hours. Oh dear. Ooh, I think we've learnt the Colovian bookshelf already. Okay, we're not searching Carvain Manor just yet. We're going up this way. No, you're not going to let me get this done. Let me find a space to hide. No, I've just got it. Alright, we gotta get this guy done. Alright. Just gonna tuck myself in this corner. Alright, we are investigating the mansion. Apologies, guys. Had a bit of a break to deal with stuff. Let's go. One alchemy report. Lady Raxalee. The unusual stone that fills the newly dug section of the quarry is very intriguing. I believe I can grind it into sand to create a potent elixir. This elixir, when consumed, will increase the productivity of your quarriers 1,000-fold. There may be some unfortunate side effects, but I won't know for sure until we test it on the workers. This is the solution to the low productivity and loss of profits we discussed. Of that I'm certain. I'll just require a mechanism for getting it into the workforce surreptitiously, perhaps through a water or food source. I am available to discuss in detail at your leisure. Alchemist Sirius. Yep, poisoning her own people. I think we know that one. And this place I'm allowed to ransack to my heart's content. Not that I probably should be. The Vashaba affair. The fall of the Eliad Empire and the disappearance of King Dinar. We have seen it. Corundum. How the Yokudans chased the stars. Oh, that would be interesting to read. Take all of that. The truth about the Green Pact. Now, that seems to be a fascination for people in this area, doesn't it? Yes. More patterns. Love it. I know, right? So many patterns. An increasing problem. Lady R, despite our long-standing rivalry and unapologetic dislike for each other, our profits have become dependent upon one another as of late. Helander Varma is becoming an increasing problem as she continues to examine and treat our workers. We may need to do something about that before too long. And now it seems that Constable Ulbren has also started to look into our business. That I cannot abide. Warn Alchemist Sirius to make sure there's nothing to find at Zega's Blind. I also suggest you heed my advice and make use of the Dark Company mercenaries. They are quite good at what they do. Baron C. Yes, I see now. Bananas. Someone liked a bedtime snack. Sorry. Little things like that make the NPCs seem so much more human. Search Carvain Manor below. Looks like we finished our search. Yeah, looks like we finished our search here. Let's just head on downstairs. We'll probably have to murder a few mercenaries because they probably won't want to let us out. They are good at what they do. They're just not very observant. Oops, I think he saw me. Oh, fine. You know what? I just don't like your mage zapping me from a distance. So I'm just going to come over here. And I'll deal with you both. Yes, hit him while he's down, because that's the way we do things. Taking the meal, I will take the Jazbay grapes. They're used in many things. Honey, I'll definitely take the honey. Even though this character does not have a bear to feed it to. That's alright. Alright, I know, we could steal the boots, we won't. Although there is a certain achievement if you were looking for clothing items to thieve. Okay. Now, rather than run through the mines, I'm pretty sure I saw a patrolman up here earlier. Yeah, at the gate. That's alright, we'll just go back the way we came. I think she saw me. I don't think she can get to me though. Rocky approaches, they're very, very difficult to guard, aren't they? Rightio. Let's go and search Carvain Manor. Oh, there are people normally up at there. There must have been. Look at that, there's a scroll down there. The things you miss, right? We need that. Theft song. Rite of the theft song. First I stole your dagger, then you stole it back. Now I want your short bow along with your pack. Do kindly hand it over, you needn't make a fuss. It comes around, it goes around between the two of us. That's the rite of theft, a Bosmer's sacred dance, a back and forth of sneak and swipe, quite the romance. First you steal from me, and then I steal from you. But when we steal from them, a heaping boon is due. You took my purse of gold, I would have shared it freely. But what's that I see in there? Oh look, I spy a steely. That's the rite of theft, a Bosmer's sacred dance, a back and forth of slip and snatch, quite the romance. Hey!
Ontus is overflowing with new arrivals. I suppose I'm one too, although I keep a lower profile than these red guards. My employers generally prefer discretion in my line of work.
Which is why you're sneaking around drawing attention to yourself. Lady, you need more practice. Wait, that's actually a chest I'm allowed to have. Hiding in plain sight. I know. I'm a little bit tense because one day when I was unlocking locks, I had this other player come up behind me, and when I was waiting for it to reset, because I failed it because it was a master lock, they actually just took over the minute it was cause even though I was still there. So it always makes me a little bit nervous now to do it. I know, right? It's a bit rough. Alright, this must be the Carvain estate. Let's go down and complete this quest, hopefully. It looked like such a simple quest. Yeah, no. Ontus. So this is also part of the chain of unlock quests that we require to actually unlock Ontus as a... Now, what do they call it? 'Cause I keep forgetting. It's a point of interest, I think. Yeah, Ontus is a point of interest. So to unlock it, you have to do the quests associated with it so that you can clear your map. I'm just exploring mostly to start with. We'll go into the house in a minute. I just don't want to, hopefully, I don't want to upset the servants.
The Baron's a great man to work for.
Great man to work for, the Baron. Right, I gotcha. So they're patrolling. So once you get the pattern of their patrol, you can generally, come in without... I know, there's just been an adventure in here, we won't find a lot. Okay, they're not worth taking mostly. I mean, I could have probably picked up something good in the next hit, but I do believe my pack is getting very, very... Oh no, 97. We're not doing too badly. We are going to have to fight a couple of these dudes and doodads. They're not going to let us move around in peace. I mean, I suppose I'd be offended too if someone was going through my boss's stuff. Ow.
Move to flank!
I'm going to have a look at my abilities too and just see if I've got a good spread between magic using ones and... Hi, napping on the job. Always get you killed, won't it? Now, what did I tell you? sure those really were unsearchable. I'm investigating, if you must know. Take that. Take that. Take that. Sorry, checking on my pup. He's huffing and puffing over in the corner. I did just take him out for a run. That was part of the break that we took. Alright, we've gone through that fairly thoroughly. Let's, I know, I want to go upstairs and explore. We'll do that in a minute. Constable, you're going beyond your... Yes, I know. Shh. A profitable discovery. Baron C, our favourite alchemist, discovered a substance in a newly dug section of the quarry that could solve our productivity issues. If you're willing to set aside our usual animosity, come to my office. I believe you'll be very interested in my proposal. Lady R. I don't want to know why he's keeping raw small game meat in a thing in his office. That's just gross. Man, the pilfering. The pilfering. Look at this. Oh, hi. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Let's have some fun. Wow, someone has definitely gone through here like a dose of salts. Ah, says the lady who did exactly the same thing downstairs. The Way of the Bandari. Yes, a recipe. I love these things. Copper ring. Mirror portal, a Gleaner legend. Invocation of Hircine. Right, well, we'll take the cheese. We'll take the cheese. And that just takes the cheese, doesn't it? Delivery confirmation. The following items are to be shipped to Zeger's Blind, northeast of Ontist, immediately by order of Baron Carvain. Use a covered wagon and be discreet. Deliver directly to Alchemist Sirius. Lamb, 700 pounds. Cabbage, 230 heads. Potatoes, 300 pounds. Flour, 40 sacks.
Ah, there you are. We should investigate Zeger's Blind next.
Absolutely, Constable. Just excuse me while I do a little more investigating on my own. We'll take the coins. Alright, we've done all of that. This is a set of stairs we haven't come up. That was the one I wanted to go up before to investigate. I don't need to do that now, so I might just quietly leave. Hi. These guys just come out of nowhere, don't they? Literally. You good? Oh no, it's him. We're good. Okay, let's go. We are heading out to Zeger's Blind. Up here, where are we? Right, straight to the north. Let's see if we can avoid murdering any mercenaries. Not that they are great mercenaries to not murder, because they are kind of deserters. They've deserted their post and they're hiring out to anybody, and they're not being very choosy at all. Alrighty, heading on this way. I'm very curious before we go too much further. Okay, let's just get as many of these out of here as we can. Alright, I think we're back to our list of stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to go into all. Because that wasn't what I went in there for. I actually wanted to have a look on hand. For the day, this is like day 3. I forget, I think we're up to episode 3, maybe 4. And I have only found two Ayleid remnants. But, you know, it is possible I'm not doing... Wrong road. Come on, Constable, you could at least tell me I'm going in the wrong direction. Oh, hello, a scroll. That's the trapper's offer. Yes, okay. A breeder.
I wish my husband believed in himself more. I'm sure he could find work if he was just a little more confident. I'll pray to Zed to make the farms here flourish. Then there will be plenty of work.
Send him to the mines. That's where there's work. And if he's not finding work, lady, I think it could be because he doesn't want to. You may wish to speak with him about that. Alright. Man, I thought that was like some strange sort of centaur for a minute, but no, it was just the way those guys were standing. Probably nothing up here, not anymore. Although I was up here earlier, I think I found... Yes, I found something over in the corner. Alright, I need to be down there. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Ow. I know, that nice lady's following me. Well, she should be. Hey. Oh, this is the hollow? Zega's blind. Let's go.
Good. You found it. Place used to be crawling with goblins. Let's see what's in here now.
Let's see what's in here now. I love her optimism. Beavers, because they look like little beaver nests. Except they're a bit small. Okay, that's maybe a dead end. I haven't tried to go into the waterfall yet. I guess we should probably do that. Constable? Are you right behind me? Good girl. Looks like someone's in here investigating. I know, the backswing on this thing is awesome. I was very careless that time. Very, very careless. Cheese and greens. Actually, I don't often see greens to pick up. I should probably... I was going to say I should probably look at my map.
There's a key sitting on that desk. Take it, and see if it unlocks any of the drawers.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we didn't have anyone behind us. Oh, looks like we've got company.
Not for that desk? Then let's find the lock that key opens.
Use the desk key. Alright. I don't think we found too many desks behind it. Oh, there's an arrow. I can follow that. Q to restore. I know, there's adventurers everywhere. It's so good. Okay. Except for the fact that, you know, now there's almost nothing empty. Banshal Wolf. Alright, well, I'll have the coins. I know, there's a good reason why he was murdering me. Because he knew I would just take his winnings. Or his losings, as the case may be. Guess it all depends on how good a player he was. This looks like the alchemist.
Over there. Try the key in that desk.
Yeah. Alchemist Sirius, payment for our 2 prior problems is enclosed. Good work. We have another issue that needs your particular expertise. Gruckog at the gambling den and the new deputy Valithia Stendar. We think they're both about to be stricken with fatigue fever. Fatally. That should end this matter once and for all. As for Constable Yabran, we have another way to deal with her. She'll soon be accused of the very crimes she's been investigating. Poetic justice and all that. So fire up your alchemical equipment and make us more of your potent elixir. Baron C. and Lady R.
They're after us. And Grakug. I'll go warn him. You destroy this alchemical equipment.
Sure, I can do that for you.
Circle around! From the sides!
He's like that detective dude. It's so awesome. Okay. Come on, Constable. Okay, you do not need my help. I see. Well done. I feel like I zigged when I should have zagged. No, I did not. I know. I did say parkour is not my strong point. Oh, okay, that was definitely a bad guy. Look, all these bad guys that weren't here when I came in here last time. And they're not going to let me leave peacefully, are they? No. Alright then. Let's go to that. It does not replenish as much as I thought it should. Alrighty. We've got to save the Constable and Gruckug. They were both good folk. I know, there's a bard. Did you hear him as we went past? I sometimes like to just stand there and listen to them. There's a puppet.
Anyone see my book of circles?
Damn. Mercenaries. Got the drop on me. Constable Yabran. They busted in right after she arrived. Mercenaries by the looks of them. I tried to help, but I'm not the fighter I used to be. They took Yabran.
Do you know where they took Constable Yabran?
They made a point of shouting so everyone could hear. Fatigue fever is your fault, you and your crooked father. I know that's not true. They want to blame her. Said they were taking her to the Ontus Reservoir. North, near the river.
Gruckug, stay with me. Oh, damn it. He was a good orc.
Anything happening at the stone chip today?
I really liked him. Man.
Agree to sign the confession, Yabrin. My patience won't last forever.
Over here. Get me out of these bonds.
Give me that. I'll sign
Right.
your damn name. In case you haven't noticed, we've got company.
The deputy. Mercenaries! Kill them and dump the elixir into the reservoir. Come, Raxley. We need to get out of here.
Deputy, you stop the mercenaries. I'll go after Carvain and Raxley.
Stay alive, Yebrin.
Let's get this over with.
I never did like lawfolk.
Well, I can see that, you jerks.
Let's make this quick.
3. Nice try. Ow! Rowdy. Get rowdy with that. Okay. Yeah, they're good at their jobs. They're just not as good as the adventurers they're facing, which is something I think we should be grateful for. Let's go.
That's far enough, Baron. I've got them. What happened at the reservoir, Deputy? I can't believe I allowed myself to get captured by this bunch. If my fellow legionaries knew about this... But tell me, did you stop the mercenaries from polluting the reservoir with the remaining elixir?
Yes, I defeated the mercenaries. They didn't have a chance to dump the barrels of elixir.
Good. And we have enough evidence to implicate them. Not only in the deaths of Healer Navama and my father, but in the deaths of all those workers. Their alchemist created an elixir that made the workers more productive, but at a terrible cost.
I need to tell you, Grakog didn't make it. He died from his wounds.
That's another death to lay at their feet. And all in the name of profit. They plan to destroy the town, blame it all on me, and run off with their ill-gotten gold.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you were here to help stop them.
Well, what happens now, Constable Yabrin?
I'll present the evidence we collected to the magistrate in Skingrad.
All right.
Help determine who takes over the ranch and quarry. Ontis needs those businesses to continue, though without the danger of fatigue fever.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your pay, Deputy. With my thanks.
You're welcome.
I hope my father can rest easier now. I finished what he started,
Mm-hmm.
and brought the murderers to justice.
You did.
I'll see them get whatever punishment the magistrate deems acceptable. Whether life in a dungeon, or the executioner's blade. Thanks again, Deputy.
What about you? Will you stay in Ontis or return to the Legion?
That's a good question. I haven't quite decided yet. I want to stick around long enough to wrap this all up. See Carvain and Raxley face justice. Help decide the future of the ranch and quarry. Beyond that, we'll just have to see.
I'm moving on. Will you hire a new deputy?
I might have to. I'll need help rounding up the rest of the mercenaries at the ranch and the quarry. Damn it. There's a lot to do before I can figure out what's next for me. If you wander this way again, know that Ontis will always welcome you.
Thank you, Constable. Well, well, well. And with a storm coming in behind us, and 2 very well-arrested noblemen, I'm going to call it there. Guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please hit like. If you want to see more, please hit subscribe. And I'll check you later. Take care out there.